Hello everyone, this is Alex does Sudokus, and we have a medium New York Times puzzle for you today on Saturday the 22nd of August 2020. Today I'm going to kind of force myself to do a medium puzzle with no notations at all. So we're not doing any pencil markings at all. Fingers crossed we'll be able to solve it. I've been successful the last few times, so let's see if I can keep up. Well, though, I suppose this is the first one on the new channel, so let's see what we can do. Well, first of all, I can see a 1 in here because of these two 1s. So now that locks another 1 over here because these two columns are already taken. So it leaves us a pair of 1s, and 3 possible 1s. We've only got 1, 2s. So that's no good, but 3 is looking quite dense. Got 3 down here, so that 3 goes in. Got a pair of 3s, and 3 possible 3s. So that's no good. We've got a 4 here because of these two 4s taking the column. So that acts as a pointed pair, but it doesn't give us anything. These two 4s interact, giving us a pair of pointed 4s down here. So working with that 4 locks out those cells, and that 4 locks another cell, so that has to be a 4. So I think that's the dead end. So what about 5s? 5. So 5's locked in those two cells, these two cells. That 5 locks a pointed pair of 5s, which locks a pair of 5s over there, so that's no use. Oh, there's a 5. These two 5s interacting, so now I've got a pair of 5s there, and I don't know where because the pointed pair doesn't actually direct at it. So that's disappointing. What about the 6s? So 6, we've got a pair of 6s there. We've got 3. So that's another 6 because this 6 looks up, giving us triple. And that 6 sees into that cell, so gives us another 6. So we've got a pair of 6s there. Can we do anything with that? Don't think we can. So we've got a pair of 6s there, 3 possible 6s, although, yeah, pair of 6s there. So that's all we can do with the 6s. What about 7s? Got a pointed pair of 7s here because of this 7, which locks another pair of 7s up there. We've got 3 possible places for the 7, 3 possible candidates. So let's move on to 8s. I've only got 1 8, so I think 2s and 8s are the weak numbers. Where do they interact? They interact here and here. Well, actually, they interact in all these 3 cells and that cell. So let's quickly see if we can find a naked digit. 1, 2. So I'm looking at this cell. I can see 1, 2, 4. So that's a 3 and 5. 3, 5 and 6. So that's no use. What about here? So 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. Can't see a 7. I can see a 9 here though. So 1, 2, 3, 5. So I can't see a 6 or 7. 4, 6 and 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is 7 and 8. No, 7 and 9 even. So yeah, we can't do anything with that. So let's move on actually. Let's look at 9s. We've got a pair of 9s over there, pair of 9s over here. So even though we got a pointed pair, we've already got all the 9s in the allocation, so we can't use them for anything at all. So I think we've exhausted ourselves with all the from 1 to 9, but we filled in a few numbers, so and I can tell already that this is a 1-9 pair because the last thing I looked at was 9, and I also noticed the 1s don't see into there, so 1s and 9s are resolved over here. That means we've got a triple here, which are 2 it's going to be 2, 8 and something else. 2, 8 and 6. I think it's safe to say they're not resolvable because 2s and 8s are weak numbers. So it's only worth looking in this cage, in this cell, and it doesn't see a 6 nor a 2, so we can't resolve that triple just yet. So let's just go around the board again with from 1 to 9. The only one's missing over here, so they're locked into 2 or 3 cells. 2s, oh, we've got a pair of 2s down here now. Oh, that's interesting, actually. Yeah, so the 2s are now locked in those 2 cells, those 3 cells even, because that's locked in, so 2 has to be down here somewhere. So now, in this cage, we've actually got 2 and 6, at least on this cell. So that means the triple that we were looking at earlier, the 8 has to go in there. So that 8 is great because it creates a pointed triple locking these 3 cells. So that now has to be an 8. So that's not too bad. Now we have more 2s and 8s, but 2 is the only weak number left now. So these are now 2s and 6s. And we've got a 6 in here, so that's got to be 2, and that's got to be 6. So that's 6, along with these 2, unlocks another 6. We've got a pair here, which are 2, 3, 7 and... what are they? 7 and 5. Well, that's... oh no, hold on. There's a 7 here already, so... we haven't got a pointed pair of 5s. Okay, so that's fine. We've got a triple in here as well. And they are 2, 5 and 6. 2, 5 and 6. I can see a 6 here and here. So no, hang on. It can't be a 6 because I've got 6. So it's 2, 5 and 9. Sorry. So there's a 9 here. So 9's got to be down here. I've got a 5. No, I can't resolve that just yet. So let's rewind. So we're looking at these cells. I've actually lost my place a bit. Although, let's see. We've got another 6 up here because these 2 6s lock out those cells and that succeeds into that. So that's a 6, which locks 2 possible candidates over here. So that's no use. What about the 2? 2 is locked in here and here. Okay, so I think it's time we just look at the board as a whole again, because I've lost my place with the chain reaction, unfortunately. So let's see, ones haven't changed. 2s have changed a little bit, but not by a dramatic margin. I've got a lot of 2 candidates now. 3s are locked in these cells. 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. 4s are locked in there. 4, 4, locked in 3 cells. 4 locked in 2 cells. 4, 4 locked in 2 cells. 5s. 5 got a pair of 5s there, pair of 5s, pair of 5s, pair of 5s, pair of 5s. So 6s. 6, 6, pair of 6s, pair of 6s. Okay, so I've got an X-Wings 7s. 7s are locked up there. Maybe there's something to do with that. 7s. 7 in these 3 cells, but we don't know where. No, not much we can do with 7s. What about 8s? Ah, there's an 8. Since that 8 locks those 2 cells and that 8 locks those 2 cells, there has to be an 8, which means I've got another pair of 8s here. Is that useful at all? 8, let's be disciplined. Let's stick to the 8s for now. So got a pair of 8s there, 3 possible 8s. So what about 9s? Let's finish that and then we'll look at what we might have unlocked. So 9s are there. 9, 9, No, I can't see anything with 9s, but we've unlocked another triple here. So this triple is 3, 5, and 3, 5 and 6, and this cell sees a 3 and a 5, or that 5, so that has to be the 6 then. Yep, so that's a 6, so 3 and 5, so that's going to be 3, and that's going to be 5. So that gives me a pair here, which are 2s and 3s. So 2s and 3s. So 2, 3 are locked in there, which means there has to be a single here, which is a 7. Does that help us at all? 7 locks a pair of 7 up there, and that's the dead end, unfortunately. So, but we've got a triple here, we've got a pair. The reason we've got triple is because we've got a pair down here, and we've got a pair up there, so that forms a triple, and we've already got a pair there. So this would take some memory testing. So I've got 2s and 3s there. 2s and 3s, 1s and 9. 2, 3, 1, 9, so that's 4. So that, oh, actually, I don't know what I'm doing. I can just look at this column. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh yeah, in the cage, there's only 1 cell as well, so I'm sorry. I was just being a bit silly there. So can we resolve the triple by any chance? So the triple will be 4, 7 and 4, 7 and 8. No, they're not resolvable. In that case, let's look at these triples again. So these are 2s, 5s, and 2, 5 and 9. So I've got 9 up there. No, that hasn't changed at all, has it? So I've got a triple here as well, which are 2, let's see, 2, 7, 2, 5 and 7. So unfortunately the 2, 5 and 7s are all looking into different cells. So I've got 2s here, 7 here, and 5 there. That's a bit frustrating. Have we got any more weak areas we can attack? I don't think we have. Oh, triple here. So these are 2, 8 and 9. I've got an 8 here, so 2s are locked in there. But that's about it. So 2s and 9s can be in any of the 3 cells. So I think let's do one last round around the board to see if anything has changed. Just looked at 1, what about 2s? 2, 2, 2. Threes. 3, 3. Ah, there's a 3 over here actually, because of these 2 3s and that 3. So these cells are locked out. That resolves the 2 and 3 pair down there. And can that give us anything else? Oh, actually, the 2s and 3s are resolved here as well, because I've got 3 up there. So 2s and 3s. So that means the 2 has to be here. I can't believe I missed that before. So sorry if you guys were staring at that and just wondering what the hell was I doing. So I've got a pair of 8 and 9 there. So that means there has to be a 5. Yes. So if that's a 5, then that has to be a 5 because of these 2. So now we've got another 5 here. So all the 5s are done. And I'm left with a pair of 2s. Well, no, that has to be the 2 because that 2 sees into here. 2s and 9s. And that creates a pair of 6, which has to be there, and 8. And this is now a pair of 2s and 7. Oops, 7. So that's resolved. And that creates another pair of 4s and 9s. We can't resolve that just yet. What about this pair? This is also 9, and 9 has to go there then. And the other number is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, it's an 8. What about this triple? Can we resolve that? We've got 9, 4, and 7, so not resolvable just yet. I've got a single number here that has to be the 1, and if that's the 1, then that has to be the 1, and that has to be the 1, because of these ones and that one locking the 1 there, so these two now locks a 1 here in conjunction with that 1, so all the 1s are done. Let's just look around the board. That has to be a 2 because of these 2s, so now I've got 2 left up here. What about 4s? 4, 4. 4 feels like, oh no, there's a 4 here because of these 2 4s. So now 4, 4, 4 has to be over here somewhere, so that means another 4 has to go here. And these 2 4s lock these 2 cells, creating a pointed pair. So I don't think I can resolve. I've got an X-wing pair of 4s over there, so let's move on to 7s. Can we do anything with 7s? 7s are locked in there. No, I can't do anything with 7s. What about 8s? 8s, so 8s are locked in these 4 cells as an X-wing, so there has to be an 8 over here. So that creates a pair of 7 and 9. We still don't know what they are. These are also 7 and 9, so they're resolvable because I've got a 7 here. So that in turn resolves this cell as a 9. And now that has to be a 7 because of that 7, and that has to be the 4. And now we can resolve the final 4 because of this 4 and this 4 looking into these 2 cells. And with that 9 sees into that cell, so that has to be the 9, and this has to be the 8, and that has to be the 8, that has to be the 7, 7, and 9. And that's today's medium Sudoku, done with no pencil marking at all. Hope that's been fun and useful. I think by doing these, by doing medium with no pencil markings, it forces me to kind of like spot the difficult patterns that where I get stuck on the hard Sudokus. So that's why I'm doing them, and yeah, I would recommend practicing that as well. So I shall see you tomorrow then. Have a good weekend.